What's up everyone? It's Danielle at Great Lakes Aquarium, and today I'm on the second floor next to the Isle Royal exhibit. Now this is our largest exhibit here at Great Lakes Aquarium. It's 2 full stories, about 26 feet deep, and up at the top there are quite a bit of trout. Now trout are an amazing fish, and they're a very sought after fish for many different types of people who like to fish. And that's because they are so much fun to fish for. They are very smart fish, they're very strong fish, and they're very crafty. So it's fun to get out and fish for them. Obviously we don't fish here at the aquarium, but this is a great place to learn about the different types of trout that we find here in Minnesota and across much of the Great Lakes. So as we look in here, there are 4 different species of trout that live in this Isle Royal exhibit. And they're all pretty easy to pick out based on physical characteristics. So that's probably one of the easiest ways you're going to determine what type of trout you are seeing either out in the wild or here at the aquarium or even at other aquariums across the nation. And so in here, we kind of separate the trout into 2 different categories. We have native trout, so trout that have been in this region for a long, long time, and then non-native trout. So non-native trout mean that they were brought to this area and they're not invasive, they're not taking over an ecosystem and causing harm. It's just one of those fish doing a fun little swim over there. But instead, these non-native trout have kind of integrated into the ecosystems and cohabitate with those native species that are also there. So, looking into the non-native trout, there are 2 of them. One of them is pretty common. Most people have heard of this trout, and that is the rainbow trout. Now the easiest way to pick out a rainbow trout is that pink stripe along its body. So if we look in here, I don't know if any of them are going to come on up. Oh, here we have one right here. So we see that nice pink stripe on that trout. So that's probably the easiest way to pick out what a rainbow trout looks like. Their names are pretty telling as well. They're very colorful, they're very beautiful fish. And these are actually more native to the western United States. So they were brought on over to the Lake Superior region not that much long ago, but now cohabitate in this region along with all the other species of trout. Another non-native trout here in our region is the brown trout. And the brown trout is also very well named based on its appearance and those physical characteristics. They have a brown body with brown spots. So, brown trout. And I don't know if we look in here, I think I have one kind of tucked behind me. See if any brown trout come on up. No? Maybe later. No. We'll have to keep our eyes open for them. But the brown trout are actually native to Germany, which is pretty far from the Lake Superior region. But they are a very fun fish, a very delicious fish, as well if you are someone who likes to eat fish. Now we have 2 different species of native trout here in the region, and one of those is the lake trout. So you might hear locals calling them lakers, and lake trout are pretty easy to pick out based on their white or cream spots on their body. Let's see if there's any coming around here. Figures right as I want to talk about them, they don't actually show up. They kind of do their own thing. But if we look for those lake trout, here's one kind of down at, oh, it's a little hard for you to see. See if it comes up at all. But those white and cream spots are the best way to tell a lake trout for the most part. Are you going to come up or are you going to hang down at the bottom? Okay, you do you. Right on. And then the other native trout here in our region is the brook trout. This is definitely a favorite of mine. I love seeing them out in the wild. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. And an easy way to pick out those brook trout is actually on their bottom fins. So I'll bring this up kind of close to you. You'll notice that there's a white stripe on those bottom fins. So that's an easy way to pick out a brook trout. They're also very colorful, so they have these beautiful different multicolored spots. So some people might confuse them with a rainbow trout because the rainbow trout also can show a lot of those really beautiful colors. But if you're looking for those white stripes on the bottom fins, that's an excellent way to tell a brook trout or a brookie. Now trout are found, like I said, in the lakes in this region, but they can also be found in the rivers. So they'll go up the rivers to spawn or lay their eggs and return back to the larger lake bodies. So they definitely need really good water in order to do that. So definitely maintaining our ecosystems and making sure we have healthy waterways is really, really important for trout species and for them to be able to thrive. Oh, I thought there's a brown trout. Oh, I don't know if you can see him. Either way, you'll have to come on down to Great Lakes Aquarium when we open up next, which hopefully will be pretty soon, and you can try out your little skills trying to identify all the different trout here in the Isle Royal exhibit. And from home, if you want to adopt a trout, we do have our Adopt an Animal program that just launched. You can head on over to our website and you can adopt a trout. You'll get a small stuffy and certificate of adoption. As you can see, we have many of them, but all of that support goes to the care and the diets of these animals. They only eat 1% of their body weight, but that's still a lot of food for how many fish are in this exhibit. So your help and your donations are always super appreciative, and we're really excited to continue the excellent care that we are with all of these animals. So with that, that's your Wild Lesson Wednesday. Thanks for joining in, and we'll see you next week with some more Facebook Lives. And keep following our social media for all sorts of really fun posts and pictures and things like that into the holiday weekend. So I will see you later.